Annabeth seemed so stunned that Percy figured he ought to know these two. You guys do look familiar, he decided. He thought he might have seen their faces on television. It seemed like they were from an old show, but that couldn't be right. They hadn't aged at all. Nevertheless, he pointed to the guy and took a guess. Are you the guy on Mad Men? Percy! Annabeth looked horrified. What? He protested. I don't watch a lot of TV. That's Gregory Peck. Annabeth's eyes were wide, and her mouth kept falling open. And, oh gods, Audrey Hepburn. I know this movie, Roman Holiday, but that was from the 1950s. How? Oh, my dear. The woman twirled like an air spirit and sat down at the table. I'm afraid you've mistaken me for someone else. My name is Ray Sylvia. I was the mother to Romulus and Remus thousands of years ago. But you're so kind to think that I look like as young as the 1950s. And this is my husband. Tiberius, said Gregory Peck, thrusting out his hand to Percy in a manly way. God of the Tiber River. Percy shook his hand. The guy smelled of aftershave, of course. If Percy were the Tiber River, he'd probably want to mask the smell with cologne too. Hi. Do you two always look like American movie stars? Do we? Tiberius frowned and studied his clothes. I'm not sure, actually. The migration of Western civilization goes both ways, you know. Rome affected the world, but the world also affects Rome. This does seem to be a lot of American influence lately. I've lost track over the centuries. Oh, okay, Percy said. But you're here to help? My naiads told me you two were here. Tiberius cast his dark eyes towards Annabeth. You have the map, my dear, and your letter of introduction. Uh, Annabeth handed him the letter and the disc of bronze. She was staring at the river god so intently, Percy started to feel jealous. So, so, she stammered, you've helped other children of Athena with this quest? Oh, my dear, the pretty lady, Ray Sylvia, put her hand on Annabeth's shoulder. Tiberius is ever so helpful. He saved my children, Romulus and Remus, you know, and brought them to the wolf goddess Lupa. Later, that old King Newman tried to kill me. Tiberius took pity on me and made me his wife. I've been ruling the river kingdom at his side ever since. He's just dreamy. Thank you, my dear, Tiberius said with a wry smile. And yes, Annabeth Chase, I've helped many of your siblings to at least begin their journey safely. A shame all of them died painfully later on. Well, your documents seem in order. We should get going. The mark of Athena awaits. Percy gripped Annabeth's hand, probably a little too tight. Tiberius, let me go with her just a little farther. Ray Sylvia laughed sweetly. But you can't, silly boy. You must return to your ship and gather your friends. Confront the giants. The way will appear in your friend Piper's knife. Annabeth has a different path. She must walk alone. Indeed, Tavernius said. Annabeth must face the guardian of the shrine by herself. It's the only way. And Percy Jackson, you have less time than you realize to rescue your friend in the jar. You must hurry. Percy's pizza felt like a cement lump in his stomach. But it's all right, Percy. Annabeth squeezed his hand. I need to do this. He started to protest. Her expression stopped him. She was terrified, but doing her best to hide it, for his sake. If he tried to argue, he would only make things harder for her. Or worse, he might convince her to stay. Then she would have to live with the knowledge that she backed down from her biggest challenge, assuming that they survived at all. With Rome about to get leveled, and Gaia about to rise and destroy the world, the Athena statue held the key to defeating the giants. Percy didn't know why or how, but Annabeth was the only one who could find it. You're right, he said, forcing out the words. Be safe. Ray Sylvia giggled like this was a ridiculous comment. Safe? Not at all, but necessary. Come, Annabeth, my dear. We will show you where your path starts. After that, you're on your own. Annabeth kissed Percy. She hesitated like she was wondering what else to say. Then she shook her backpack and climbed onto the back of the scooter. Percy hated it. He would have preferred to fight any monster in the world. He would have preferred a rematch with Chrysaor. But he forced himself to stay in his chair and watch as Annabeth motored off through the streets of Rome with Gregory Peck and Audrey Hepburn.